Welcome to Peter and Ruffy's Football Show. The main talking points on tonight's programme. Should he stay or should he go? The stampede to get rid of Gordon Strachan as the Scotland manager is gathering pace. Northern Ireland boss Michael O'Neill refuses to discuss his link with the job. And we'll also bring you the Iron Brew Cup semi-final draw. That's just a few of the talking points on tonight's programme. Mark Guidi is here with me. Alan Ruff is also there, clearly dissenting. Clearly his washing machine has broken down and he's just refusing to wear the team shirts. That's the kind of dissent that just gets you booted out of the camp, Squeege. It's as simple as that.
I even offered to do a swap, Peter, but he was having none of it.
Yep, absolutely. Probably due to size constraints. Anyway, let's crack on. The game finished 3-0. Now, I have to say, let's lay our cards on the table here. Some people want rid of the manager. I think he should stay. He's been given a contract. Nothing is decided. Did we really think we were going to go to Wembley and defeat England? Give us your case.
My case is that Gordon Strachan should go. He should either resign or be sacked, come to some kind of agreement where he gets money that he's due. I'm certainly all for that, but my take on it, Peter, was, and I don't see this lightly because I don't like to see anybody lose their job, particularly Gordon. I have a lot of time for Gordon. He's a good man and I know he cares deeply about the country. However, I don't think he should have been in charge for the Wembley game. You're right, nobody expects us to go to Wembley, but if you can't beat Lithuania at home and you lose 3-0 away and you trace it back, this has been going on now for 15, 16 months. I would love to present a case to say this is why he should stay on, but I can't. So I think it's time for a change.
Well, he hasn't failed yet, Ruffy. I thought there was a good case for 70 minutes of the game where Scotland played really good football. I think, you can't legislate for poor defenders. We've highlighted them. Will Sir Alex Ferguson make Grant Hanley a better defender, Ruffy?
Yeah, as we know, the last time Slovakia game, I got a bit hysterical about the score and all that carry on. But I'm beginning to sway now. I can see where Mark's coming from, but I think the players he's got is what he's got. And I'm like you. I don't know anybody who can get anything better out of them. And as you say, there's still 6 games to go. 4 of them are at home. Obviously every game is a crucial one, but I think we need to hang on in there. And we keep hearing about the players, enjoy everything that he's doing. We're not getting the results. I mean, again, that has to change, but I'm a wee bit like you now. I just say, let's just get on with it. Let's take the pressure off everybody. And I know everybody's disappointed being there before, but I think there's still something to hang on to. But as it goes on, decisions have to be made.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it, Mark. I think sometimes we look at Slovakia away. England managed to get a win there in the last minute of the game. So I didn't expect us to take anything from there. I think you're absolutely 100% right. I think Lithuania was our failing. We should have taken something from that game. We should have taken all 3 points. Yeah. Maybe some of the team selection and a more positive attitude in that game. But I couldn't ask any more of the players playing at Wembley. Yeah. He has Grant Hanley, who misses a free header inside the box, which was unforgivable. James Forrest has got a shot and goal from 12 yards, doesn't even hit the target. Robert Snodgrass manages to find John Stone's ankle when the goal is gaping for him. And literally, they go up the park with one chance and they score. The second half, they have a similar situation and they score. And again, all of these goals were headers. Yeah. It's cross balls. I don't care if it's Christophe Berra, I don't care if it's Grant Hanley, I don't care if it's Russell Martin. They are just not good enough at that level. We haven't got a ready-made replacement. And now I'm looking and people are saying sack the manager. I mean, I read one headline that says humiliated, embarrassing. Yeah. Really?
Yeah. No, I didn't agree with the tone of that particular headline. I thought that was way over the top. But look, I would love to present a case for Gordon Strachan, Peter, I really would, because I like him. And he's got a brilliant CV and he would love nothing more. It would be the highlight of his career, Ruffy, if he could take Scotland to Russia or if he managed to take us to France 6 months ago, but he hasn't. And I'm just struggling. here to present a case where I say, well, look, actually, I can see this, I can see that, because it's not even just the past 1 or 2 games, it's 5 or 6 games now where I've not been taking points in games that, in order to qualify the way that Northern Ireland, Republic of Ireland, Wales do, then you've got to take points from these games. So look, I'm not saying that anybody could come in and do better. I'd like to think so, but I think it's something that really the SFA should be sitting down with Gordon and seriously discussing and saying, well, actually, we might be able to get better here, we might be able to get better there. Is it worth looking at making a change? Because at the moment, as a nation, whether we think we're good enough to beat a major finals or not, I can't accept that 5th place in the section at the moment is acceptable. For me, that's not acceptable.
Yeah, here's what the Scotland manager Gordon Strachan had to say after the 3-0 defeat to England.
It was as cruel as I've been a manager at the top level, whether it's Champions League and anything like that, international football, as cruel as I've seen. And for the last 15 minutes, they kept the ball on. Which you do if you're a top team with Champions League players. You make sure you conserve your energy for your next game. So discount that. I think everybody should discount that. Then you take what you've seen before that. The first half, I couldn't have asked any more. The team plan, the energy, the bravery was unbelievable. They get one shot on target and score. We come out the second half, we believed at half time we could do something, get great chances. The first chance again goes in the back of the net. So I've got to say there's times when you do feel for the players, and it's very hard to speak to them in there, but I've got to say to them, I thought when I woke this morning I was getting that performances for you all in terms of up to an hour after now, I don't count that. I'd be happy with that, because you ask people to perform and they performed and they were brave, and it's no easy for them to take that body blow and keep coming back.
Did you see enough in that performance to make you want to fight on as Scotland manager?
Well, if you think I'm worried about myself at this point, I think you're sadly mistaken my character, because at this moment in time all I'm thinking about is the players, who were fantastic, the fans who've come down, the families that have come to support the players that were there should be really proud of them. So if anybody's thinking about what I'm thinking about myself this time, you're sadly mistaken, because at this moment in time, the people I'm worried about are the players. But as I said to them in there, they can go. I come here with a Scotland team that got battered 3-0, and there's a lot of top players playing in that team. Wasn't as good as that performance, that's for sure.
I didn't think for 1 minute that Gordon Strachan would discuss his future so soon after that game, Ruffy.
No, but I think it would have been encouraging for him to say, I'm here till the end. You know, it's a disappointing result. I'm going to stay here, I'm going to fight, I believe in the players. I would have rather he did that than did some of the interviews that he did. You know, obviously we all know the players work hard, we'd like to think they'd work hard, we know what they put into the game, but I would like to see him just coming out and silencing everybody and just saying, no, I'm here to the end, unless somebody else moves me on.
Yeah, well, I think the argument with that would be, well, wait a minute, they've given him a contract. Mm-hmm. You know, you either come out and say he's sacked, or you've got a contract.
Yeah, well, I believe what Gordon Strachan said that he's not a selfish man, and he would have been feeling it for his players and for different people in the backroom staff that put all that effort in. So it wouldn't have been all about him, and I don't think he wanted to make it about him. And at that moment in time, Ruff, I'd have to say, maybe he's thinking, maybe I'm not the right man. Yeah. So I don't want to come out and say, yeah, I'm staying on, and SO say, well, great, we want to keep you. He goes away for a couple of days with his wife and decides, do you know what, it's maybe not for me, maybe somebody else should go and try and take charge of this. So I think it was the right thing not to say yes, definitely yes, or definitely no. I think it's the right thing to go away for 3 or 4 days and have a think.
And of course the players have all jumped to his defence. Ikechi Anya, one of them, to suggest that the manager should stay where he is.
Every player that comes away with the national team, with Scotland, he has our full backing. You know, he's an unbelievable manager to work with. I think it's a bit unfair. It's the players at the end of the day that are on the pitch, and I think for me the gaffer has been a breath of fresh air for Scotland.
Ikechi Anya says he should stay. Just briefly, Ruffy, I mean, were you happy with the team that he selected? I thought it was positive.
Yeah, I think the positive there was, you could see when they were playing, you know, obviously they were trying to sit in and play a European style of football and hit on the break. I mean, the questions I asked as soon as I saw the team was, why is David Marshall not playing? Why Craig Gordon playing? You know, that could be, I'd love to know the answer to that. I prefer Kiciani in a more forward position. But again, if I was to ask that question, I'm sure he would come up with a reasonable answer why he was playing there. Because I think the benefit of Kiciani in all the games that was successful, he was in a more forward midfield position, going and hurting teams in the part where we want to hurt them. We lost that out of it. But again, it's funny. You were sitting beside me at the game, and I was just couldn't get myself excited at all because I think England dominated the game so much. I think they had something like 65 possession. We were just sitting in hoping for something, but there was chances that we could have taken it.
Okay, in the aftermath of this defeat, we're now going to discuss after the break, is there a replacement out there? To Peter and Ruffy's football show, the fallout from England 3, Scotland 0 at Wembley on Friday. It was a good week, I have to say. Ruffy, lots of great guests that we had on last week's show. Big thank you to them all for coming in and the big build up at Wembley, and of course down Wembley Way as well. Thoroughly enjoyed the chat on it. Now we suddenly look towards, Mark, if Gordon Strachan has a big decision, or the SFA have a big decision to make, I'm wondering who that man is. I mean, I look at the dark days under Craig Levein, then the interim period, then eventually Gordon Strachan gets the job, and where we've come from there to here, I think there is improvement. It's just not enough, I think, to look, and I'm looking at the players and thinking, if there's maybe one or two that were missing, maybe an Oliver Burke could have been a shout or something, but other than that, I don't see players in the wings. I mean, I had a couple of agents sent me texts of centre halves who could come in. They were playing in the bottom. They were playing League One or the Championship, and nobody'd been watching them. Yeah, well, it's about getting the best out of the players you have. And Northern Ireland have qualified and still doing well with 3 or 4 players from the English League One. A boy who's playing in the Super League in India now as well, still plays some. So it's about getting the best out of the players that you have. But in saying that, having watched the game on Friday night, I think the Scotland players gave their absolute lot. Bottom line is, just weren't good enough. Is Macaulay and the Macaulay who plays centre half, and the guy who used to play for United, Johnny Evans. They're better than anything that we have at centre half. Yeah, they probably are. But over the mix, you look at the full squad that they've got to choose from, there's no doubt that we have a far stronger squad than Northern Ireland. But Northern Ireland, for example, beat Azerbaijan 4-0. Azerbaijan had a great record up until Robert Prozaneski's the manager. That's why I think Mike O'Neill should be a candidate if you're talking about candidates. I don't like doing that when Gordon Strachan's still in the job. However, if you're talking about further down the line, whether it's for the next campaign or if something happens with Gordon over the next few weeks, Mike O'Neill, if the SFA are adamant it's got to be a Scotsman, then you've got to look at Gary McAllister, Malky Mackay, John Collins, people like that, if they want to go and pay money for compensation for people that are here working, like a Robbie Nielsen, a Paul Hartley, a Derek McInnes. I don't know. Are you going to look at people like that? I've no idea. Would you look at them under normal circumstances, Mark, as having the credentials to be a Scotland manager? Any of them? I mean, I'm looking. David Moyes. There was a suggestion in one of the papers today that he would consider it. He's only literally 3 months into a deal at Sunderland, so I'm discarding that one right away. Absolutely discard that. Derek McInnes is a young manager who's trying to make a name for himself at Aberdeen. I think he's too young, so I'm putting that one to one side. Alex McLeish. He's not in a job, so do you go back to Alex McLeish until Alex McLeish gets offered a better job somewhere else? We've been there before. Tommy Wright, Michael O'Neill is in the job, and today said that he would not discuss a man that he has a lot of respect for in Gordon Strachan. Maybe Gary McAllister, who's got an ambassador's job with Liverpool. I mean, are any of them at the point where you're thinking, red hot favourite, they could transform what's already there? No, I don't. And even if you turned around and said, Sir Alex Ferguson was going to come out of retirement and do it, I don't think you can't guarantee anything. But I just think, again, I'll go back to my original point. I just think that we have to try something
different now, and there is, because of the exact reasons that you've given, Peter, with some of the squad, there's not going to be any guarantees. But I just think you look at it now, I just think for a period of time now under Gordon, and I don't say this because I don't like Gordon and I want him a job, it doesn't give any pleasure to say this because I like the man and have a lot of respect for him, but I just think if we're assessing it in the situation that is football, in terms of trying to qualify for a tournament or get to a playoff, I think we should seriously be looking at making a change.
Yeah, and over and above that, I've witnessed in a couple of tabloids the clamour to try and bullet anybody who's got an SFA blazer on.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, I don't go in for all that either,
are we at that point as well?
I don't go in for all that. I have to be honest, it's just like, you get the scatter gun out and everybody gets a bullet. I don't agree with that at all. I'd rather you look at things, you take a step back for a few days. Here's me who's saying, I think, God, but I've been saying that for 4 or 5 weeks now, about Gordon. So getting the scatter gun out never solves anything.
Yeah, I think maybe by Wednesday we'll have Think Tank 3 as a suggestion, Robbie. At the end of the day, I'm looking at the squad and I'm wondering. I mean, I couldn't even name on social media who could be a potential replacement to transform what Gordon's already done there.
No, I think that's the debate. Would the next person get any more out of the players? And if you listen to the players, they enjoy the whole scenario of the training and what the philosophy. He's a thinker in the game, and they really appreciate everything that he does with them. I think we've got to look deeper than that. Our under 19s or under 17s aren't winning anything. There's nobody there, there's nobody coming through, there's nobody in the under 21 side. There's nothing. We're just at a stage now, the players that we have got, we've got to stick with them. Obviously there'll be 1 or 2 will come in and see what happens. I just think to go back to the Davy Moyes one, March is a long while away. He might not be in a job.
Yeah. The other point I was going to make to you guys is that there was a suggestion from some quarters that good football has just been coached out of them. All the stuff that we used to love, and I hate to sound like an old fuddy-duddy, Tanner ball players, players that could go and beat somebody. We haven't got it. We haven't got a lot of players like that. Few and far between, Mark. We haven't got somebody who could stand on the ball in the middle of the park and suddenly beat 2 or 3 men and split the defence with a pass. I don't see that player.
No, you're probably right, but I think back to Gordon's first few games in charge, and he was getting great things out of Matt Ritchie, as Ruffy mentioned, the Ketchianya, Oliver Burke came out and seen Sean Maloney scored a great goal against Republic Island at Celtic Park. So I think we had a good bit of flair about us, but whether you just run out of steam, I'm not really sure. Just to very quickly touch on the point that Ruffy made about the underage groups as well, before we even get to the situation with the national manager, whether Gordon stays or goes, we've got a performance director's role to fill, Peter, which is arguably the most important job at the SFA, and we have to get that appointment absolutely spot on.
Yeah, and who is that candidate?
Well, there's 5.
There's 5. Malcolm Mackay's thrown in there. John Collins, the name that's been put
Malcolm
in there.
Mackay, John Collins, John Park, Alan Irvine and Austin McPhee. The 5 of them will be interviewed over the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Yep. Just out of curiosity, this is the last point on this. Do you think making a change now will salvage our World Cup hopes?
I think it will give us a better chance than where we are just now.
Ruffy?
No, I don't agree. I think Gordon should hang on there for the Slovenia game and the England game.
OK, you can give us your thoughts on that at Peter and Ruffy. We've got a poll going at the moment. Should he stay or should he go? It's the old Clash song. You can give us your thoughts on Twitter and facebook.com/Peter and Ruffy as well. We will undoubtedly reveal that poll in its entirety tomorrow night on the programme. Let's go to other news. Over the weekend there was some football played, and eventually we got 4 teams into the Iron Brew Cup semi-final. The draw was made earlier today. Here's how it all panned out. Queen of the South against Dundee United, St Mirren against the New Saints. So what do you make of that semi-final draw, Mark?
Yeah, both interesting ties. Good to see 3 Scottish teams involved there too. Great result for St Mirren yesterday, beating Ayr United, and Dundee United, I think they're going really well under Ray McKinnon.
Yeah, I think it's a cup that can kick-start your season or kick on your season as far as Dundee United concerned. If it was a cup they could win, could just give them that wee push, to get back into the big time. And as far as St Mirren's concerned, it might just be a cup that could take them off the bottom of the league.
Yeah, and well done to Jim Duffy's Morton. They're now up to third, Ruffy.
Yeah, positive, and I think they're taking it low. I keep saying that defeat they had against Aberdeen might have knocked the stuffing out a lot of teams. It hasn't with them. They've actually kicked on and got better.
Yeah.
I would say Jim Duffy at the moment, the only contender in terms of a manager of the year alongside Brendan Rodgers.
Yep, okay. And it would just be like Duff to win it. He did it in 85 as a player when nobody thought he would win it as a Morton player, but he's doing well at the moment. Long way to go. Just before we go, 2 players have decided to leave their MLS. Frank Lampard will leave New York City. Steven Gerrard, the bookies are now making him red hot favourite to end up at Celtic after he announced he's leaving LA Galaxy. Is that the number 10 that they're craving?
Listen, if Celtic could sign Stevie Gerrard, I'm sure that Brendan Rodgers would take it all day long. The Celtic supporters would welcome it, the players would welcome it. It really depends. A, does he want to come? Is he considering it? And B, is he willing to take a huge, and I'm talking about a huge drop of money to make it happen, even for 6 months until the end of the season?
Okay. Thanks very much to Mark Guidi for joining us on the programme today. We're making a big decision. We're having a meeting on whether Ruffy should stay or go because he's not wearing the team jersey. It's as simple as that. Join us tomorrow night on the programme. 7 o'clock. We'll do it all again. Talk football. We'll have that poll on Gordon Strachan as well. Who'd be a manager? Who'd be an international manager? See if you can come up with one for us. Good night.